welcome back to Wedding Mayhem, your wedding channel, your number one wedding channel, I want to say.
Boom.
Nearly at 5 million. In fact, when this comes out, it probably will be 5 million.
That's the plan.
And I've got DJ Lee Russell in the house.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Every time.
Everyone does that.
Do they?
Everyone goes like that, and I'm like, no, yeah, that's the old days.
It will never stop.
Never gets old.
Yeah. Never get old.
How are you?
But we're getting old.
Yeah.
How am I? I'm all right. I'm just, I think I've had a breakdown.
Busy week, busy month.
But, no, just
time.
a busy year where it's just been lots on, and we've got super busy because for us in the boutique, where it's not just fresh appointments. We've got new dresses coming, new collections. We've got the bride's dresses coming. We're steaming those. We're doing the fittings. We're doing this. We're doing that. And then half term came, and I went, I'm not well, like physically and mentally.
It's a busy. People, I love it when they say it's a quiet period, and it's sure it's a quiet period. I'm like, it's all year round.
Yeah.
It is all year round.
Yeah.
I think
a good supplier will say it's all year round.
Yeah, because if you're not doing one part of your business, you're doing another part of your business.
Yeah.
And it's definitely always something to do. You can't people say you have a day off. No.
I know. We pray for a quiet week, but in fact, even if there's something, not busy in the diary, it's still full on of all the
People
things
want to talk to you.
Up. Yeah.
And brides want to talk to you. Brides want to talk. Just want to check in about my wedding in 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a bit of time.
I'm doing 28 and I took a 29 wedding.
Yeah, I don't get people doing that far in advance.
I think for me, the wedding dresses are cheaper now. And if they find it now, that doesn't necessarily mean that dress is going to be available to them next year when they are ready, style-wise.
Have they got men? Some of these people. Because
I have done weddings where they haven't got their partners in place.
That is.
Yeah, not even dating, not even engaged.
Always thinking outside the box.
Yeah, but you have to think, the European girls, will start hunting for their dresses. I say European girls, certain cultures will start looking for their dresses when they turn of age, say 21, and it's the bottom drawer scenario where they literally, families will, gather things and prepare them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never even thought of that.
Oh, it's scary, right, though. If you're dating somebody and you go, I've already got my wedding dress, you're like out the door, bum.
A quick story. I had a bride once who booked me for a wedding and then met the couple, and then 3 years on, met them again, wasn't the same groom.
Oh, I've done that.
Wasn't the same groom, so she kept the wedding dates, but met another man in between.
Yeah, no, I've had that. And actually this weekend, I've had a girl that I did her wedding 10 years ago, no, less than 10 years ago. And it was very confusing what she put on the appointment thing, like previous bride. And she came in, she went, do you remember me? And I went, I do remember you.
Oh, yeah,
you bought the so-and-so dress.
I've
and
done
she
the
went,
colour brides colour times.
Yeah, and she was like, she said, I literally, at the time of the wedding, last minute, didn't go ahead with the wedding.
Oh, she didn't go ahead of it?
She didn't go ahead with the wedding,
right.
and, and that's it. So
changed the dress.
Yeah, she had a completely different dress this time. And I think, calling off a wedding is really brave. But going through with the marriage if you feel it's not right.
Oh, yeah, that's even more braver.
I don't think braver, it's a bit like, ooh. But I think, she called it off, and she had her mum and that with her and friends, and they went, it was the best thing in hindsight now, so... But there we go. But it's not about us, is it?
No.
You bought a mate.
I did bring my mate.
Brought a mate to work.
Yeah.
So we have Simon Pope, a photographer extraordinaire, in the house.
Yeah, long time. I'm old school. I am old school.
Is that what we do?
It's not that now. It's not that. It's that. Yeah.
Or that.
That's what I see a lot. Oh, you're the photographer. Yeah, and I'm the DJ.
At least most people can
and
say photographer and not, I think they say videographer. Do you hear that? Like it's got 2 O's in the middle.
I do hear.
It's a word I can't use. Yeah, it is. So I was trying to work out in the car this morning. I was trying to work out how many years together collectively we have of weddings. So you've been doing it 31 years. It'll be my 24th in January.
25.
And 25. Go on, math.
Like 80 odd.
Yeah. It's a lot, isn't it?
79.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Crazy. But with age comes experience, right?
There's no shortcut to experience.
My
brother would love that I've put that in, but it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I heard that years ago, maybe.
You're always learning.
I was worried about that though. I was worried when I was a younger DJ. I thought, look at these old people But actually, I've learnt so much from
They
people.
were all old, weren't they?
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
old photographers.
Yeah, and I've learnt so much from older DJs
Yeah.
in the past. And I was worried
Yeah.
that as I've got older, the work had died down. But actually, the work has got busier for me. And I'm working with more experienced photographers, more experienced people in the industry.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
new people coming in. It's
So,
hard.
so I don't get that in my industry. I get the opposite, where they want somebody that's experienced that can take the reins and go through. But I
100%.
would think that, like a photographer, they want a young and hip photographer.
Someone that gets them, and probably their language as well. That's changed over 3 decades.
Yeah.
And just older people. I'm 52 now. They're not cool, are they?
No.
They're not cool. I do suit.
We're trying to be cool by doing podcasts.
I see people probably in their 30s, mid-30s onwards, get
Right.
married. Someone who's in their mid-20s, I wouldn't get them. But I do get those bookings. But
But people are getting married older
40s,
in life
50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, they're really nice weddings. And they're very established people. And they've got
Yeah.
an amazing bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And
Of all different.
I really like those weddings.
Yeah, but I was saying weddings, girls are getting married a lot older now in life now. It used to be the 20s.
And there's more they've got kids between them.
Yeah, and now it's into the 30s.
And they know what they
now.
want
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They know what they want.
They want me.
So how did this all start? Because you haven't always been a wedding photographer.
No, but I have always been a photographer. So
Have you?
I had a little 110 camera. Remember those? You
No
slot
idea.
a cartridge in. You're too young. So you slot in the cartridge and take pictures.
take
I
that.
go around photographing cars. And then I did, there's not much at school. Oh yeah, I was at school. I studied photography at school.
Oh, okay.
And then at college. And then way back actually, I did a Cub Scout badge in it. I always loved photography. There was something about it. My dad gave me quite a cool SLR camera. And then after college, I thought, I'll get a job as a photographer somewhere. It didn't happen. And I was studying and I had one day off a week and I would get photography-related jobs as well. I did have a moment where I thought, well, I'm done with that. I'm going to go into the motor trade. That didn't happen either. And then one day, I think I came home and my mum had cut out a little advert from a newspaper.
Like you used
And
to.
it
Do you
said-
remember? You used to put rings round them.
It was, and it
How you
said
used to date as well.
freelance photographer.
Never dated on newspapers, but you have been married before.
Freelance photographer wanted. Is this serious? It is. And I said, yes, I'll go for that. And I went for it, and I think a dozen other went for it, and I got the job. So this is what opened all the doors for me. So David Dimbleby owned, it was a dozen papers across 5 boroughs in southwest London, so based in Richmond. And it was a serious paper, and it was a broadsheet, well established, been around for 100 years. And
What was it called?
so it was the Richmond and Twickenham Times.
Oh,
So
my
this would be,
gosh, yes.
and Teddington Hampton Times and
Yes,
Kingston.
I know it,
Southampton.
yeah.
So they were amazing then. I don't think they really exist now.
Yeah.
But, God, it was good. Very little pay, but the experience.
So you
I
went
learned-
to work for the papers?
Yeah, and he opened doors for me. So I learned very quickly how to be a photographer. My first job ever was photographing a guy whose dog had been shot on an estate in the Ivy Bridge estate in Isleworth. And as I got there, I talked to this guy who was clearly upset. I thought, oh, it's like really serious. I've never had a job this serious before.
Wow.
And he was teary, and I had to photograph, and the picture was all right. And I would get back, and our picture editor would tell me how I could improve. And then the other photographers I worked with were brilliant. I learned a lot very, very quickly. And I was freelance. And then I think David Dimbleby said, within 3 months, we'll give you a staff position. I think it was a year and a half went by.
So you actually worked with David?
Oh, yeah, he was in the office at the top.
No
yeah.
way.
And he said, we'll give you a staff position. And a year and a half later went by, and I'd learned so much. I thought freelance is the way to go for me. So I turned it down, and I kept going. And 5 years I lasted at that paper before he was selling it. And I thought, I'm kind of done. And I really want to go travelling. So in 99, I packed my bags up, and I
you did
disappeared.
400 miles.
400 days.
400 days. This came up on
400 miles
ChatGPT
wouldn't be
this
very
morning.
far. Leeds and back. So I went, I drove. So I drove from London to Cape Town. So that's 7 months. I say I drove. I
How
was on
old
a
were
truck.
you?
How old was I then? 25.
Wow.
So I saw Africa sitting there as a massive continent that we never talked about it at school. Very little. I didn't know anything about it, and it was the biggest overland trip at the time. And I don't really fly. I haven't flown for 8 years, and I love driving overland vast distances. So
Wow.
this for me was an opportunity to photograph a continent that had been. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I did that.
You did it!
The photograph.
He did
I
it!
saw
He
to
did
the
it!
pants.
Get that on camera.
Which one?
So 7 months, 22 countries across Africa with a bunch of people I didn't know. And I shot the whole thing on 2 Leica cameras and slide film. And slide film, everyone knows about film, is so difficult to get exposures exactly right. But Leicas are brilliant. They're very, very sharp, very good quality. Both cameras had light meters in, which sounds, they're in everything now, but some old cameras didn't have those. So after 7 months, I'll talk about that trip another time. So much happened. We lost half the people on the truck.
What do you mean, lost them?
We rolled our whole truck. A massive accident in Cameroon.
And what happened to the other people?
Such good memories, even though that happened.
Did they die?
No.
They just went home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They realised it wasn't for them.
Podcast.
They realised it wasn't for them.
Right.
But that was half my trip. And then an ex-girlfriend that we said we'd always go travelling with organised the second half of our trip, which was I had to come back, had 2 weeks, I had to clean the cameras, get a new passport because I filled that up. And then we went to India for the millennium. Do you remember that? It's a long time ago.
Oh, when the world was going to end.
Yeah, it didn't, though.
No. I was dating a guy that was
going to nail that.
I was dating a guy that was doing computers, and they were literally like, "It's going to end." No, it didn't happen.
Saying that though, I was in Disco Valley in Anjuna, right?
Valley
at a club in Goa, and just before midnight, everything went down. But not once. I've only just thought about it now. Not once. I think that's a millennium bug, wasn't it? You did that. It was just power run out.
I was working that night. Yeah, I was doing a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't. I was young. We were young then, so you didn't really think about it ending.
Everything was fine.
Was it? Yeah. There'll always be a tomorrow.
Now everything's got really serious.
I met my second husband in 2000. Oh no, it wasn't millennium. It wasn't a bug. Carry on.
Wasn't a bug. It was a husband.
India, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia. Did all that. So 30 countries in 400 days, and I was a bit done. After that, cameras were a bit knackered. I was knackered, running out of money.
Running out of money?
Yeah, because I didn't work while I was away. A lot of people go away to work, and mine was just shooting, just photographing people. I will do that a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
That's how I hold the camera. So, yeah. And then, so the most fascinating thing for me is there's a few changes happened in 30 years that I've seen.
Yeah. It actually is one of my questions. What have you seen that's changed? It's just a great question.
Going from film, which I used to, everything on the newspaper was film, so black and white film, so 36 frames to your film, and then you have to go back and process it, and then you've got your negatives, then you put them in enlarger, and you print on the paper. Then they scan that print upstairs in the edit room, and then it goes off and whatever it's printed.
Are we talking about those rooms that have got like negatives hanging on the washing lines?
So we had all that. We had a heater, and you put it through the dryer heater, and it comes out the other side. If they're holding a front page, because you go to print on a Thursday, paper comes out Friday, they will scan a wet print. So you don't even dry it, because there's not time. Because it's such a major story that's happened, and they've got that front page, and they need that picture. It was so fast-paced, it was brilliant. So weddings are really quite slow.
So going back to your newspaper days, are there any like big things that you've reported on that you've taken the photographs for?
I photographed most of the royal family, including you-know-who, and the Queen, and the Queen Mother, and when Prince Charles was Prince Charles. Oh, nice people, it's all right. Can't talk to any of them. Wasn't allowed. Just had photograph things as they happen.
Yeah. But being that close, though.
Yeah. I moved too quickly once with my camera. I brought it up too fast, and Prince Charles' bodyguard jumped in front between me and he just went,
wow.
As in to calm it down, not put the camera down.
Wow.
Major reactions like that. I wish I had those reactions. They're so fast.
We don't have that.
So that one, that's different. That's the long lens.
That's the long lens.
Yeah. Okay.
I know the difference now.
Okay.
Yeah. Work for you
just that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you've gone from like film and the transition to digital.
When I was away. So there were, before I went, there were little cameras that came out with screens on the back, and they were terrible. And I probably thought they'd still be around. And when I came back, SLR cameras. So the national press were using Kodak Canon cameras. So EOS ones, big, a little screen on the back, very expensive cameras, but they were sending pictures from the shoot. I just thought that was amazing. But when I got back, all my friends had these cameras, and they had screens on the back. I thought, wow.
You want one?
Yeah, I want one. But I had to fit in.
Yeah, but then you have to retrain yourself, surely.
I winged it.
Okay.
You got the eye for it.
But then suddenly, I'd never had a computer before. My dad had one, and there was one at school that he'd wheel in on a Friday.
Oh, you did, on the hospital trolley
I never
thing.
really had one. And there was one at the newspaper. I didn't know what I was doing, so I let someone else do that.
Yeah.
So suddenly I had to buy a laptop, and those early Apple Mac things that weren't reliable. And as you fold them like 100 times, they'll break. So I had one of those, tablet or something like that, I don't know. And then I had, because I didn't trust digital, I had one film and one digital camera.
Right.
And I'd shoot everything one-on-one. So I'd have to get that processed and I put that on the computer. And gradually I flipped over to both having.
But that really hasn't changed in today's life, because a good photographer will always have 2 cameras, right?
Should do, yeah. Some don't, amazingly.
Yeah,
And some have cameras so cheap they've got one memory card slot. That's not a...
Right, okay. Oh, we're going to come on to this in a mo, about who we should be choosing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but how did you find the transition from going from, sort of film into digital?
It was all right. It took me a few years to get used to it, but it was okay. And then got much quicker. Then I got better computers, and then I had loads of laptops, and so I have all my cameras from my career.
Do you?
Yeah.
The one I
That's
sold was the Leica M6, which
Oh, you're like a pop star with their guitars.
Yeah,
They've got dust on them, some of them.
I am. I was dust on all of them.
Yeah.
But
You've been in his bedroom.
No. We do talk. Like, we do talk,
yeah, they're on a big shelf.
Yeah.
But I've got them. The one I sold, the Leica. I've got another Leica that sits there a bit knackered. But I think it's important to keep your history. My house is like a museum anyway.
It's where you've come from, isn't it?
Yeah, and also when digital came along and everyone sold their film cameras, they were selling cameras and giving them away that they were perhaps 100 years old, these cameras, or 80 years old, and they were £5 in a camera shop. So I bought loads because I thought they were beautiful, and they had bellows extension on the front, with the wheel out the front.
Yeah.
I bought all those, and now they're worth quite a bit more than what I paid.
Yeah.
But they're just lovely to sit on the shelf as part of my journey.
It's not just a job for you, though.
I know, because I've never had anything else to fall back on. I know a lot of guys who've been around 10 years, 15 years, they've come from a creative industry, and if things go quiet, they can go back into it, or I have nothing else I can do.
Yeah. You don't want to do anything else?
I don't do anything else.
No. So how did you get into weddings? How did that happen?
Oh, that's from travelling back. I did a bit of corporate and a job. I got a job on the Times and the Telegraph, so I shot for them as well.
Wow.
They were sort of organised shoots for the money section of those 2 papers, but it was good. It was fun, and all around sort of London. But a friend of mine said, I've got a mate who's getting married. And then, do you do weddings? I shot some weddings in the 90s. I said, yeah, I do weddings. Oh, my God. I did one in the 90s on a Hasselblad. Do you remember those? You look down the top like that on film. I still know the groom because he's from school. I just said yes anyway. I like saying yes quite a lot. And I met up with this guy called Al, and he said, so you're a photographer then? I said, yeah. Because you do weddings. I went, oh, yeah, fine. Anyway, I showed him a load of pictures, probably of...
The Queen.
that. I did her wedding. Guess what? He believed me and he booked.
No.
So he booked me. So I shot his wedding very early noughties. And it was all right. It's a London wedding. It was great. And then reception somewhere else. Then the years went by and I got to know him because he was a mate of some other mates and we were good friends. He got divorced. Sadly, lots of people do. And then in 2016, he said to me, Si, I'm getting married again. I said, yeah. He said, and I thought, I'm going to photograph the same groom twice. I've always wanted to do that. Same bride twice or same groom twice.
Don't.
No. I have DJ'd for one bride 3 times and our sister twice.
Yeah.
No, I won't say their names.
I do repeats. There's no shame on it.
Yeah.
Well, this groom said, Al, said to me, I need a best man. Fancy stepping up?
No way.
Oh.
So I was a photographer at his first wedding, best man at his second. I thought, yeah, cool, that's
And then
cool.
he said, can you bring your camera as well?
Yeah.
Well, do you know
he was
what?
clever, that Al.
Yeah. Mates, rates, present. And I said, yeah, of course. So we made that happen. I don't think his pictures were great, but what happened on the wedding day...
You didn't do the pictures?
No.
No.
Well, on the wedding day, he had a church ceremony.
Yeah.
And we went to the pub beforehand. I didn't drink anything. And we were in the church like 1 minute past the hour. Phone vibrating. I said, Al. And it was his missus-to-be. And she said, Simon, we've broken down. And she was in Al's classic car. And he said to me, make sure you bring the car back. Not the wife or anything like that. So I went out and I had a Land Rover then. I went out, found them, towed them back to the church. There's a shot of my Land Rover and a tow rope. And,
Love it.
You like a pickup truck, didn't you?
Yeah, and their car. And just a church. It was lovely. Nice moment. We made it happen.
Yeah.
And it was, it was all right. But
cool. And that was the start of the wedding journey.
From then on, I thought quite like weddings. They're quite exciting.
What do you like about weddings?
One chance.
Yeah.
to make it happen.
And this is it.
Like dealing with big groups of people.
We say this
on a
to
really
brides.
emotional day.
It is one chance to get this, and it's a lot of pressure on them, and we
yeah.
want them to get it right first time. It's and it's only until after the wedding that they go, but the wrong person. Wish I'd done this. Wish I'd done that.
Yeah, some people when you see him like at another wedding, another time. We wish you booked you, and we wish you took your advice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So your mate who was a friend who
You
did.
hear that?
It's that.
I've had you at our wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, too late.
Yeah.
Next one.
That's what I say.
Next one, yeah.
That's what they say. Sometimes you say. So I put me for your next one.
So what makes a good photographer?
I think someone who obviously has an eye. I mean, if you're looking for a photographer, then like their work is key. Like their work, and don't. I mean, if you like them because of their work, don't ask them to then produce someone else's work or in someone else's style, because we've all had that.
Yeah.
Because there is different styles though.
There are, but we can't switch our styles on and off really. They'll ask us what our style. Hopefully, they can see my style from my website, and it's a bit more perhaps arty or comical. I like the funny side of life.
100%. Love that.
There's all those silly moments where Granny has got. I had one the other day. I was sat on the table with a guest, and Granny was sat opposite me. They were so kind. This couple said, "We're going to sit on the table with our family," which sometimes doesn't work. Sometimes I just want to be on my own in the corner. But I sat on the table, and it was the grandparents, and they were really cool. And then Granny looked over at the bride. I can't remember what the bride's name was, but Granny picked up her carrot like that. And it was a long, dangly carrot. And she went, "Woo!" Like that. So when I got my cameras nearby, straight away, I've got Granny dangling a long, dangly carrot. They're funny pictures.
But you're present though. You're there. That's the difference.
This is the difference. It is the photographer
being in
is
amongst
present.
everything. But yeah, just being excited and letting your passion show through, I think, is really important.
Well, I've had it recently with a bride's sister, and she said, my photographer just wasn't right for me. I liked all his pictures and everything like that, but when I got them back, that wasn't me. So they picked for the style, but that their genre wasn't actually them as personality. So they were trying to be something that they weren't.
They have to be themselves though on the day. They have to be themselves. So then
but the photographer then didn't match.
Often those themselves images are in between the posed ones, or the ones they think they want. The posed shot standing there, they never stand like that ever with that dress and that suit on with that backdrop.
Yeah.
The shots in between, I asked them to perhaps, that's my longer lens, I asked them to perhaps do something.
Yeah.
And it's not that shot I want. It's the response or the laughing in between that moment. Or where he naturally kisses her on the forehead or that. Or I don't know.
But you're present though. That's what I love about working with you. You are present the whole time. And you're getting photos and I'm like, oh my God, that moment has been created and you've captured it. Yeah, I'm like in the background going, yes.
You've got to be aware for like 12 or 14 hours. You have to be aware non-stop. So it is exhausting, but just make sure.
And are you there all day?
Yeah.
And because
generally 12 hours.
Because a lot of photographers are not. They only turn up.
I'm glad they're not. I don't want everyone to do that. I know some that work till 12 or 1.
So it's unusual to be there all day?
Quite a few will do prep through to dancing, but I like to do a little bit before prep through until 10 p.m, maybe 11, and then on New Year
good
special.
Shots. You were talking about that.
100%. Some of the shots
is when the groom's hanging off the ceiling,
being lifted in the air. Or there was one the other day where we'd done a dance off at the wedding and we were together, and all of a sudden an usher or a best man just started. Do you remember the one who'd done like this flip in the air and his legs went in the air and he was laying on the floor, and I was like, yes. And Simon's standing like there, and I just see him flashing away, and then I saw the picture online of this bloke laying on the floor with his legs in the air, and I thought, that's the wicked shot.
You've got to be where the action is all the time, and just keep your eyes open and your ears open, and you're watching stuff happen all the time, and you should be in amongst it to get it. You don't want to be standing around here and it's going off over there. You're in trouble then. And then they'll always email after and say, did you get Grandma from the chandelier? Did you get that shot?
Did you get
We're not joking either. Like that, it's a shot. Like Simon is in the middle of the dance floor sometimes capturing that shot, which I just think is 100% amazing.
Do you have a second shooter?
No, never.
No, it's just you. Why is it important to have a second shooter?
Because I'm unobtrusive. I wanted to sit in the background the whole time. And then I think if there's 2 of you and 2 videographers, 4 running around trying to be unobtrusive.
Yeah.
I can capture everything on my own, I think. I don't miss.
You don't miss anything. No. Yeah. I think that comes with experience, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
You're good at that.
Yeah.
He is good.
When we're booking a photographer, what questions should stop loving each other?
No, I just know the value of a good photographer.
Yeah. Well, tell us why. What should we be looking for when we are looking for our photographer?
Someone who's so it's hard to sometimes find this before the wedding day, but as I said regarding, make sure you like their work.
Yeah.
And make sure you meet them. Face to face is good. That's old school, I know, but face to face is good. Yeah. And often
because we're in an era where we are busy, super busy with work and life.
Too busy to meet your photographer for the wedding day.
And
someone who you're going to spend a lot of time with on the day, and I think you have to be comfortable around them. Yeah. I still meet my customers a lot.
Because even though I knew all my suppliers, like in my professional world, I still went for a coffee with Hayley, because even though she knew me as this hat, she didn't really know me as a person. Outside of that, and so she wanted to meet both John and I, and
it is important
to get a measure of
I
our
live
personality.
in Dorking, in amongst my venues.
You said this.
I've been recommended at some of my venues for 20 years.
Okay,
very lucky to be recommended at some super venues. I don't want to travel too far. There's some lovely venues probably up in Yorkshire, but I don't want to go there really. And I've shot some abroad. We can talk about that later on. But predominantly Surrey Hills is where I'm based.
It's only 52 weeks in the year, and everyone wants a Saturday or everyone's a Thursday.
Well, this is, one of my questions, because there seems to be millions of photographers, but you're always all booked.
There are a lot of us. Far more than there ever used to be.
Yeah.
There was only me and a few old people when I started.
You know that we do a wedding fair nowadays.
Press photographers, but now there's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that perhaps.
But you do get booked up quite
full time and
quite quickly.
Yeah.
When we're booking a photographer, how far in advance should we be looking?
I get anything from 4 years' notice to 1 hour 40 minutes.
1 hour 40 minutes. That beats mine.
And then
Mine was 3 hours.
The wedding. Yeah.
So what was that?
That was a call from a venue. Yeah, saying Simon, our photographer's not turning up for today, can you help?
Do you know what happened?
Coming from Brighton, and then said suddenly he can't make it and wasn't providing. It's a long time ago, 15 years ago. He couldn't provide another photographer.
But back then, I don't think people were networked as much as they did. So they were worked on their own. Yeah. And if you couldn't provide anything, you wouldn't suggest anyone else because they might take
it. It's always
work.
good to know a few others.
But now he
couldn't sort it out. So I said, I put the phone down, rang him back 10 minutes later, said, yeah, I can help. And being a press photographer, all my gear is ready to go all the time.
Right.
Something's happening. You can't go, okay, hold that fire. I've just got to charge my gear.
Right.
So everything's ready to go all the time.
Okay. and this is one of the questions that we should be asking, maybe, is the equipment looked after? How old is the equipment? Does that make a difference?
Funny you should say that. I've just broken a camera. And now I'm buying two new cameras.
Right.
So, I use my gear till it's to the death.
Yeah,
but
you've always got backup.
Looked after, and got backup gear, and look after your gear. Yeah, throw it around.
What is one of the other questions that we should be asking a photographer that we're interested in?
I have backup car.
A backup car.
Yeah, I got backup.
Didn't think about that, did I?
got backup van.
You got disco van.
What have you got? Backup dresses?
No, I've got 2 cars. I've always got backup because you can come.
You have got backup car.
It's
really important, isn't it?
Yeah. It's something that people wouldn't have thought.
Backup cameras. Yeah, I got backup camera.
And we need a backup car for what?
For when? So I've broken shoes, trousers, cameras, lenses, cars, gearboxes. Yeah. Broken everything over 30 years. I hear some horrendous stories from other photographers things that are broken.
And what time
bones and at weddings, and so
there's
no wood in here.
I think you should ask what time you're going to turn up as well. What time do you turn up?
Yeah,
2.5 hours before the ceremony.
Well, we had this conversation in the green room, didn't we?
Yeah, that's
easily. And whatever you say, earlier than that.
Because
even when I'm 10 minutes away, suddenly there's you see on the M25 last week a lorry on its side. That's trouble. And you were talking about St. Peter's earlier. That road that they're changing that leads up to it, that is one lane now.
No, I know.
I shot a wedding at Great Foster's, and I came back down there to go back to the M25. Yeah. The other lane that's now one was shut.
Yeah.
And there were drivers that are sitting because the car on fire. And there were drivers that were sitting there. They've been there hours. You know that look. They're all out of their cars, can't turn around, can't do anything.
Yeah.
And they were just there. They were angry. They were on their phone. They're sitting. One was sitting on the bonnet of his car.
Yeah. Yeah.
That if I'm on that going to a wedding, I'm in so much trouble.
That's why now I literally, as soon as I wake up the morning of the wedding, I'm checking sat nav. I personally, I know you can't determine a fire, but like literally every half an hour. phone check. Maybe it's saying I'm.
So when you're booking, you're
Yeah,
saying.
I am, because I have to be ceremony music as well. I start to get really panicky, so I'm always like an hour and a half earlier.
So what time does a photographer turn up to the wedding?
So if you've got a 1 o'clock ceremony,
Yeah.
get there at 10:30, 11.
Okay.
Really.
So are you there for
It can get complicated when they say, I'm getting ready at mum and dad's house.
Right.
And then the ceremony's at the church. We want to stop via there. I mean, then we're going to the venue. They've suddenly got 4 places to go, and they're all within.
And they've
20
not
miles.
put enough time in between.
Sometimes
that.
no.
Yeah, I know.
I think there's no one more on a wedding day, or no one that understands more about timing. So your photographer has to know all about timing.
Okay.
From obviously fractions of a second with your camera.
Do you still go into when the bride's getting ready to photograph the dress and stuff like that? Is that still something really important?
I mean, prep. Yeah, but now not so much a dress hang up. It's a bit. I mean, I will, but it's just the other stuff that's going on, and it's I don't know. It's the kids running around with tights on their head, or it's a granny with the champagne, or it's that, or the mountain of cakes in the middle that all must be eaten. There's that.
Yeah.
Or the little kid walking around in mum's shoes because she's getting married away.
Yeah.
Well, they're shots that are.
I do feel that one of my brides who's just brought her dress back for cleaning, she didn't want the photographer in the room when she was getting ready and that. She said that's just too intrusive.
Oh, yeah.
So they all took pictures of the flat lay and the dress up and stuff like that, and they turned them into black and whites and stuff like that. So they actually have
whatever they're comfortable with. And if someone doesn't want, I get a few weddings where I've got one in December that is just the church. That's it. Nothing else. There's nothing afterwards. There's nothing before. That reminds me of.
Why have they done that?
That's all they want. Which is fine. Little daytime thing.
Yeah.
That's all right. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
An old church. I love churches. They're great. And the older the better. During the pandemic, which is something in, over 30 years, the changes with regards to, from digital to, from film to digital, from dealing with 2008 crash and suddenly lots of people not having any money to spend on weddings and photography, my own marriage, divorce, all those things that come along, pandemic, they're just twists, aren't they? And you can learn from them. And suddenly, oh God, never going to work again.
Yeah.
And
well, we're the same.
things
With this recession, we're like, and Georgia went, oh, here we go again. And it is here we go again.
But you know what? Though? I think it makes you stronger.
A little bit.
Literally makes you roll your sleeves up and go, right, let's smash this out. Let's step our game up.
You go back to basics again and you relearn, don't you?
Strip things back.
Yes.
You find out what you don't need.
Yes.
But during the pandemic, I had a few weddings, and when they opened things up again, and they said, you can have 8 people at a wedding. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And the 2 extras were the.
Obviously, you could go to. I couldn't.
With the fallout that we had, the brides were like, I'm not getting married with 8 people. Towards the end, they were.
Some thought, we could save a fortune if we do that.
Well, when it was starting to be lifted, they were all like, well, we need to get married now. What was the 8 people?
But this one was Leatherhead Registry Office.
Okay.
And it was a nice sunny day. And I got there and they went, right, so you're for so-and-so's wedding. Bride and groom, 6 guests and 2 registrars. That's 10. That's the max. They said, Simon, you can't come in. What? I've never had that ever. So you can't come in. And then I thought, okay, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Camera around the corner.
Sole reason I'm here.
I'm not in the room.
Put a mask on the camera.
But how did you come? How did you get over that?
I went out because they had 2 Rolls Royces, amazingly, between 8 people, and so they rocked up in 2 Rolls Royces. Which looked it's so cool straight away. And he was really calm. He said, Simon, what are we going to do about that? So one of the main things about being a photographer, you have to be calm throughout the day, even when everyone around you's going, oh my God, I can't find the dress or the shoes or whatever it is. Or they lost once
you are
at one
still
venue,
waters.
They lost a child at one venue, and it sounds more horrendous than it was. But the next time I saw him, he was covered in green slime because he'd fallen in the water.
Jesus.
And they were carrying him along with one flip flop. Straight away, I'm not going to go, is he all right? It's a picture, isn't it? Straight away there.
Are you the person taking pictures when people have fallen over and not helping
that, I mean...
50-50, I'd say. 50-50.
No, not really. A little bit.
Yeah.
No.
You help.
Yes.
You help.
So this groom said, how are we going to sort this out? So I said, do you know what? I know the venue really well. We're on the ground floor. I'll shoot your wedding through the windows. We'll make that happen. He goes, that's a great idea. So we opened all the windows. It was a warm day. And it's just different. And then the registrar had a really good idea. Once the ceremony had actually happened, she goes, I'll come out and then you go in.
Brilliant.
Because you can have 10 in the room.
But that's
put the mask
smart,
on.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Got those shots.
That's about people working together.
And we went and disappeared to the top of Box Hill then, before the fence was there. And then we had 2 Rolls Royces, had that mega view, And before National Trust came over and kept telling us off for parking in the wrong place. I just ignored him.
Got the shots, yeah.
Got the shots.
Got the shot.
Yeah,
They were happy,
exactly. So we're wanting a photographer that goes beyond, just nine
Without
to
being
5.
a bit silly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But being
Got to know where that.
Right, I've got to ask you this question. Right, when do I get my photos?
So 6 to 12 months. No, I'm only joking. I have heard that.
You're not yeah.
6 months. Some of
Normally
these
sneak peek
brides.
next day.
So you do sneak peeks?
This year.
It's not hard, is it?
It's not.
Okay.
This year.
But it is when they finish at like 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, the thing is,
I get it.
so the thing is, Instagram's come along and social media, and we're not paid any extra for it. So it might be bringing in a bit more work for us, but we're not paid for the extra hours doing social media, doing reels, doing.
Yeah.
But you just have to add it on. So if I get home and I've got to download stuff and back it up and sort bits and bobs out and then get
How
things
long
ready
does
to
it
post
take you
tomorrow,
to-
but I've got a wedding tomorrow. It could be a couple of hours.
So how long does it take you to upload what you have on your?
So they'll get stuff the next day generally,
Okay.
unless I'm really busy the next day. They might get it Monday, but they'll get sneak peeks the next day.
Okay,
There'll be
brilliant.
20 images, and they can go, "Oh, amazing!"
That's fantastic.
And
they just want to see
stories
what they
or
look
whatever.
like on the day, don't they? 'Cause
Yeah,
the wedding blues
and
start
that
hitting.
momentum, and they wake up the next day excited,
Still
and
excited.
they're married,
Still
don't
excited.
they?
Yeah.
And they're a bit hungover, and then suddenly they're waking up, ding, 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 on their phone. They go, "Oh my!" and they're sharing it. I get a load of people follow
Yeah.
and comment, so that's nice. And I've had bookings.
I
the
don't
next day as
understand
well.
why photographers don't do it because it
Work, isn't it?
well
There's
to
a lot
get
of extra work.
Yes, it is, but should it not be part of the package?
It's changed now, hasn't it? Weddings have changed. Like having to do that, you have to do that. Like you said the other day, some things I do isn't my job, but you just have to do them now.
Yeah.
It's part of the.
Become part.
You are a team on the wedding
Yeah.
day, and that's the next
Yeah,
day.
well, my brides expect me when they send photos to me that I'm uploading them onto my social pages.
Yeah, onto your page.
Yeah.
I've had a bride contact me the next day saying,
Well,
why have you not put me on your social media?
Yeah,
The next
yeah,
day, I'm like, I'm expecting to show my friends what I look like. I'm like,
yeah.
But so you're having to go. Literally,
having to
I
get
said
you.
to her, my reply was, I didn't get to bed till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's a bit like yourself. We don't just, when we get in from work,
You're wired.
we do not go
14
to
hours.
sleep straight away.
No,
You need some of my cream.
Yeah, and
That's really rude.
yeah.
But 6 months.
doesn't work.
No.
6.
No, yeah.
You put it in the wrong place.
Yeah.
4 to 6 months to wait for your photos is a long time.
Yeah, I don't know what happens then.
No.
So they get the pictures.
Should we
off-season,
be worried?
Couple of weeks.
if-
But you take a lot of photos though. When you look at this now, I mean, how many years ago when you did weddings, you maybe have just done.
A few thousand. I'm much more selective because I came from film. There we go. What lens is that?
Zoom.
No,
No, it's a smaller camera, smaller lens.
it is.
Yeah, longer lenses when your hands further out. Come on, Sharon. But you do.
That's gonna.
I'm much more selective because I
Okay.
shot on film. I
Okay.
could only shoot 36 frames.
Right.
And
You take thousands now, thousands.
a couple of thousand. That's all. Not. I know some that take 10 or 20,000. Right. And you're culling down, and it's not how I operate. But whatever gets them the shot. We would leave shoots in the 90s, let's say, with one single frame left at the end. So I shoot 34, 35 frames, leaving one because so often a moment can happen as you're leaving, and you've got to get it. There was no phones then with cameras on, and you just as long as you've got a frame. Otherwise, that moment's happening. You're going, trying to drop in the film.
Yeah.
That moment's gone.
So we should be asking our photographer when we are interviewing them. When will I get my photos?
It should say on the website, yeah. And so, I mean, let's say 2 to 3-ish weeks off season, and then 3, 4, maybe 5 max.
Okay, no more than 6 weeks.
That's quite a long time.
And if it's longer than that, should we be worried?
But not all photographers are full time.
No, just get in touch. Nice little email. Saying,
Okay.
loved our wedding day. When can we see our pictures? Love the sneak peeks, if you did them.
Yeah.
When can we see our
Yeah.
pictures?
Yeah.
When can we expect them? And because you might be shooting
But we
8 or 10 weddings that month.
But we should be asking
You're really
these
busy.
questions. I think
Got to have
we should-
days off.
We should be asking these questions before we sign that contract, because I'm seeing basically girls that are coming in with their wedding dress and saying, "Yeah, we didn't know that we signed a contract that says their photos were back in 4 months."
Because they're so excited. Because as
Want to relive the day again?
Because I've got one bride who every week at the moment is resharing a post on my reel because I put a video of her first
You're
dance
good.
on, and it's gone viral. And she's like, "Oh my god, it's 350,000 views," and then it's like 400, and she's resharing. She's loving her wedding, and she still hasn't got her wedding photos.
Oh my god!
This is June.
Lots of pressure.
Yeah, it's a hot topic at the moment, and brides are not aware of it until after they've got married.
They're so excited.
It's just really important to ask those questions.
I mean, if you're a wedding photographer, I've done 75 to 100-hour weeks. So 100-hour week is 14 hours a day. I've done that throughout summer, not non-stop, but I've hit that. That's a killer, and that will do you lots of damage.
Yeah.
So I've been there a couple of times and got away from that. And even like a 75-hour week is a long week.
Yeah.
I've got to sort of end of Wednesday thinking, and I've done like a full week already for a normal person.
Yeah.
It takes away a bit of the passion as well sometimes for the industry.
I mean, if you just trying to catch up because you've got emails coming.
What part of the wedding day is underrated? Do you think that they don't need to do that?
Oh gosh, there's a question. I mean, you can be, I think as a couple, you can be kind of flogged a lot on a wedding day that you don't need. Too much of this or too much of that or too many decorations when the venue's beautiful anyway, or, you know, when you've dropped 50
You save a lot of money if you pick the right venue.
When you could drop a lot of money in certain areas and you just don't need to, really. I've seen stripped back weddings this year because people are saving money in the right place.
Yes, okay.
You've got an epic venue and you've not had a million lights, flowers, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it. It's stunning as it is.
Okay.
You've simplified things. You've put your money into good food, good venue, photography.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Wedding dress.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, I bet you were.
But literally, from the wedding we did the other day together, I'm so excited to see some of the photos. I've seen some of the sneak peeks, and I'm just like, I'm even more excited because
She will send lots of. They're a brilliant couple. She'll send lots.
amazing couple, like literally.
How has AI changed your industry?
I haven't really adopted it very much. I think it's coming in at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And lots of people thinking they need to adopt it. I'm not so much at the moment.
Okay.
I'm wary of it, and it's quite gimmicky, lots of it.
Yeah.
But it can. I mean, when you're editing, it can help speed things up and do the mundane stuff. But I am actually getting less bothered by it now.
Yeah.
At first, when everyone's shouting about it.
Yeah.
But just thinking of the things I do, it's never going to take, like you were saying, it's never going to take my job over.
The emotion side of your photos.
Yeah. It's not going to. You're not going to have a robot.
Content creators.
I've worked with a couple. They're okay.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose if you're not, you're not fussed about being in the dressing room and
Lots of fads
stuff
come
like that.
along, so there might be a little bit of a fad.
They're similar to a videographer, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it. They're a cheaper,
I think so.
cheaper videographer. We work with some nice videographers.
Some
Not
of
as
them not cheap.
professional. I don't know if they are. They're not. They're different gear, so you've got to use a phone.
Yeah.
They're not as professional.
But some of these content creators are not using their phones anymore. They are using proper equipment that a videographer
So
would use.
that means they're videographers.
They are.
They've stepped across that line to video then.
Okay.
And they need to, I mean, they don't need to be taking our shots. They need to create their own stuff.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about, people taking photos when you're taking photos?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
At first
But they're
I
in the
didn't.
shot.
At first, there's nothing I can do about it. And then it does create images.
Yeah.
I once had a very tall guy, must have been 6 foot, 6, 7. And we were doing some shots and they all wanted to get that picture as well. And then he went like that with his camera and went like that, rested it on my head. Oh my God. I turned around to him and I went, I can't tell you what I said to him, but he didn't do it again and he shouldn't.
No.
So rude.
Yeah. Yeah. They should have that
messing around,
photo in.
but
Yeah, don't step.
it was quite funny.
Don't overstep.
What's what they're like up there? I mean,
I've got here, what trend do you really miss and what trend are you glad has disappeared?
trends within photography.
Yeah.
Whatever can exist. I let it exist. I think if people like to have a sort of a nice brown tinge across their photography throughout their entire portfolio, that's okay. You can have that. Whatever. My colours are always just natural. I'm happy with that, and a splash of black and white. But probably going way back 20 years was what did we call it? Like not a selective colour, but when the flowers would just be red and everything else black and white.
Yes.
That was great at the time, but it's horrendous now. Yeah, this can't exist. That doesn't need to come back ever. But you do see,
Ever.
You see some funny colours. I was talking to a florist the other day who was, she couldn't get any pictures off her photographer because all her flowers looked sort of yellowy brown because that was the look.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it suited the portfolio, and if that's what the
But it will date, right? So when you look back in 10 years' time going,
it will.
But the industry's done this a lot though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But photography's you don't need the black and white with the red. You just need...
What was that called? Selective colour or? I don't know.
Yeah, I think,
But that, don't need that back.
your photos are all banged.
I'm making sure that I'm not actually missing anything here because we're going to go into
I want this one.
questions. Go on then. Oh no, we've asked at the end.
Oh,
it's the end, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Got some other stuff.
we asked some questions out there, and a couple of people came back with some questions to ask you. Is it rude to ask my photographer all the raw images, or is that not normal?
People do ask. It's not normal. They're not a great set of images to get. They're huge file size.
Yeah.
They've not been converted to anything. They're flat. You need proper software.
Yeah.
They're massive files.
Okay.
Which will, you won't have.
They're not missing out on anything if they don't.
No, you'll get the
That's
proper.
a great question.
Yeah.
I've thought about that because obviously I always think, get every single photo.
Because your eye is not my eye, and I might think, I like that.
Like you giving someone the material to make their
We
dress.
do. Could they make scrunchies out of them?
Well, no, to make their actual dress. So here's the material.
Okay.
Here's the sewing machine, whatever. And you do it all.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah, I suppose.
Here's your iPhone.
And also
Make your own music.
we tidy up images, we straighten them, we remove little cameras and things that are just distracting to the eye. So and the couple might not even know in lots, but just to make sure it's.
I don't think she's asked if it's rude. It's not rude to ask.
It's not rude.
But
it's just not
you don't.
necessary.
It's not
They might feel as if they get. I want every photo.
They're not missing anything.
Yeah, you are getting to get every photo, but.
Well, do you know what? I photograph my feet. I photograph my hand with light. I photograph the blinks.
I don't want to know.
You don't need any of that.
Oh yeah, there'll be me standing in the middle of the dance floor. Lee, just stand in the middle of a minute while I can just test the lighting before we do a first dance.
Is that this is interesting.
Get rid of those.
So knowing
you want that lovely, and also some of my shots are out of order because I've gone back to photograph that. I'll slot that in later on. I might photograph the bride and groom later on. Perhaps say everyone's lined up outside the church with their confetti, and we're back inside. I'll nip in there with them. And I'll go right underneath the bride and groom's hands and photograph their hands, just putting that ring on for a little detail shot. You can never do that during the ceremony. The vicar would strike me down. So you do that.
That's experience. That's experience to get that photo.
Yeah, I caught Hayley Bray underneath she's my photographer, underneath the table with her head poking out, and I was walking along and went, "What the hell are you doing?" She went, "Ignore me. I'm not here." And that photograph was fantastic.
It wasn't even her wedding.
We are going to go through these. Are engagement shoots really worth it, or is it just another upsell?
I don't do very many at all.
Most
people want them.
include them, don't they?
I've heard. Yeah.
But sometimes they do that not if they haven't met the photographer yet. But you, like you say, you try and meet them.
You'll meet them.
Yeah.
So you should be meeting your photographer, and they can probably snap you. You can do a couple of snaps.
I don't do engagement shoots really. No.
Okay,
I've done
perfect.
A couple.
Right, we've got some readers' questions.
Listeners'
questions. Listen, stop. Are you cold? Oh yeah, okay. Guys, while we're doing this, please can you like this episode? Put comments in there as well.
Love
I know. I keep meaning to say this at the beginning. Keep forgetting.
Best wedding, most unusual wedding venue you've sold a dress for.
Oh, is that to me?
Well, that's what it says.
Most unusual wedding. So say that again.
Best wedding, most unusual wedding venue you sold a dress for.
Did a wedding for the Eiffel Tower. They got married at the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yeah, that was when I first started. And they had to get special permission. I don't know whether they were connected. I think somebody was connected to somebody who worked there or
romantic.
But
is it romantic?
Yeah.
Is that what you,
yeah.
I remember taking Harriet to the Eiffel Tower when we first got together. I thought it was really romantic until we decided to walk up it.
Yeah, scared of heights?
No, just how many steps there was. It's like, literally took us like 2 hours to walk up it and then like half an hour to walk down.
An unusual wedding dress where we changed elements to it, and it wasn't too recently. She had embroidered cats. Because she's a cat lady,
nice.
And that went on the train and everything, so that was pretty unusual.
I've had a black dress before for a wedding. The bride had a black dress.
My edit now, the bride has a black dress.
Yeah.
Gothic wedding. Beautiful.
And don't tell the bride she had a black dress.
She did, yeah. We've got one in the boutique. But and then that same bride then decided to dye her dress. So it was just a
Was that a long time ago?
No, it was only a couple of years ago.
Wow.
We were like, oh my God, what are you doing? And it came back and it was like, that is fantastic. So, and it looked brilliant. And she went, I'm so relieved, because she also went, I've made a huge mistake.
Each to their own, right? Each to their own.
Right, what you got?
We've been arguing a lot since getting engaged. He says it's just stress, but I'm worried we don't communicate well at all. How do you know if this is just pre-wedding pressure or a sign we're not truly compatible?
This goes back to...
It'll be all right. It'll be fine. I have been left in a room before when perhaps the registrars have gone out. They've interviewed the bride. She didn't have a dad there, and it was just me and the bride. And they're like, we're 2 minutes from her wedding. And she said to me, I don't know if I can do this. Is he the right man for me? I don't know if this is...
Oh, my God.
And I'm left there oh, no, it's all down to me. It could happen. Or I just said, yeah, he's brilliant. You know, he's such a lovely guy. Da, da, da. And he was, but that was last minute.
Wow.
Real nerves.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone back out, but that was close.
Yeah.
Felt like it.
I had a bride a few months ago that literally we did a
much
handover,
stress.
and it was stress, and she was like, I'm doing the right thing, aren't I? And I'm like, she's just looking at me. She had people with her, and they were like were like this, and I was like, you know, you have to communicate.
Well, when I turned up at the wedding the other day, they're having a row. Both of them having a row. He mucked up at the altar saying the wrong words.
Oh, this is at the wedding?
Yeah. And literally they...
Said the wrong name.
Yeah, no, he didn't say the wrong name. It wasn't a friend's moment, but it was... he's... You know when you say, I will...
Yeah.
Yeah, in his head he was going, I must say I will.
do.
And, I do. And he said, I don't. Because I do. And she literally, when I turned up, literally, I can't explain.
Because you're never going to get that time.
He was so nervous. He just said to her, I was so, and he just kept, when I was there, he was like,
you didn't do it on purpose.
No. He was, I'm so sorry. Like, he said, I was so nervous. And in my head I was going, I will. And he said, I don't. I will. And he was just really, really nervous. And they're having a row when I turned up.
You're never going to get that time again.
He was really apologetic because he was like, I'm so sorry. I was just so nervous. And it is a nerve for fellas.
Yeah.
Fellas, I'm seeing more men nervous nowadays.
Yeah.
This is not, like, fellas are not used to this kind of...
Have we got any top tips for guys?
I mean...
Don't get hammered.
Most of them don't drink. Well, they do have
get mad the night before, not too mad.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people faint at weddings. Not the groom, but guests.
I had the nan the other day.
One fell right into a glass cabinet that was opposite, and the wedding had to be stopped.
There's a reel on TikTok going around at the moment, and they've got like these fake hedges down the aisle. And I don't know what's happened, either she fainted or whatever, but she's actually fallen through it into the aisle just as the bride's walking up with her father.
This summer was particularly hot, and some of the outdoor ceremonies we did were in courtyards where there's walls, beautiful surroundings, but they were like an oven. And if the bride's
you sat down early, aren't you? And then you got like 40-minute ceremony.
Yeah.
I've
started now just sitting people down 10 minutes before, and literally 10 minutes, 5 minutes before, because otherwise it's just too hot.
Yeah. It's worth having these hydration stations actually in the seating area.
We literally
that's good, aren't they?
The venue were giving out water to all the guests.
That's a good tip. We're having an outdoor ceremony in end of June. Bring a hat.
Yeah.
Because it's, especially for people like us,
unbelievable.
It's so hot.
Literally, me and you would just be like... don't play that on the thing.
Am I being unreasonable for saying piss off to people saying why is it wrong to offer to edit people's weddings photos for free when they're unhappy with the photos? This has obviously come from a photographer.
This is editing someone else's.
Am I being unreasonable for saying piss off to people saying why is it wrong to offer to edit people's photos for free? Yes, so they're basically their own shot, giving them to the photographer, I'm thinking.
Yeah, do one.
No.
You're doing your photography. I have edited another photographer's work before from a bride when I used to live in Weybridge, and she gave me all her wedding pictures and I had to go through them and edit them.
Right.
I thought, well, I'll never do that again. I don't know why I did it or why I agreed to it. She just got in touch because I'm not getting married, but we've got our pictures and we don't really like them. So I was straightening them, I was lightening them, and just a long time ago.
So that costs as much as just paying
someone else's
paint.
I don't know why they didn't go back to the photographer.
So by the sounds of it, they've done a wedding, and then the bride and groom have said, "Oh, actually, these are the photos that all the mates have done."
iPhone. This is our disposable cameras.
I've got one here.
No, you're not being unreasonable.
I've got one here. I've got time.
Have you, Luke? Have you?
Wedding cancelled 3 weeks before the big day. Girl was cheating.
Is that all it is?
No, he worked on her dad's home, and we're getting married there. Now has to move out.
Wedding cancelled 3 weeks before the girl was cheating. Was with another guy days before of the wedding. And on the hen do, he wanted her dad's. That's actually come from the boutique, that. You know, what do you do? You know, I think
we had this conversation before. Like, do you see it a minute ago? Do you tell her to go through with it when she was nervous? Like, she was found out she was cheating beforehand, then definitely.
Yeah. Well, you don't go ahead with it,
No.
do you? You postpone it.
We'd be like the mic drop where the best man stood up, the groom stood up and said, "The best man sleeping with my bride," many years ago.
Was that you? Was that
the
one of your weddings?
Yeah.
Tell the story.
Oh, so I wasn't there at the time, and I turned up later on because when we just used to do evening only, and they were like, "Oh, come here." I was like, "What?" They were like, "Oh, the groom stood up and said, the best man's been before. I'm going to go first."
So they went ahead with the wedding.
They went ahead with the wedding, and they stood up and said, "Oh, the best man's been sleeping with my my best man's been sleeping with my bride. Thank you very much." Put the mic down, sat down in the chair, and everyone was like, "Oh," she burst into tears, stormed out. Yeah, apparently, I wasn't there because I was doing the evening.
She burst into tears.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah.
Oh my God! But to go through
We shouldn't be
with the wedding.
I should be laughing, but that was a long time ago.
To go through the whole wedding knowing.
Apparently, he only found out like the day before,
But you still went ahead with the wedding. You could not have turned up
because I think I've got another one as well. The other day, this is from a singer, I was told, down in Dorset at the wedding. He drove 4 hours from Leeds to get to Italian Villa, and he turned up, and it was like they're having a wedding didn't go ahead. The bride and groom had a row 3 days before, and the groom hadn't spoke to her for 3 days. He just turned up at the wedding with his ushers and his family thinking, it's all going to go ahead. And when he turned up, he was like, "No, we've had a message from your bride to say she's not turning up." So the singer, they then had which was the weirdest thing, they had a 3-course meal, him and his mates and his family.
Yeah.
And the singer goes, "Well, I felt sorry for him, so I sung for an hour while they're having their meal."
Yeah. Well,
surely you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You paid for it.
What sort of songs?
I don't know. But
All by myself.
always look on the
bright side.
But would you not go ahead?
You paid for him, might as well.
I know, but would you sit down and have the meal?
I'll photograph you eating.
Yeah.
But would you have the meal?
Yeah.
Would you? No, you'd be devastated as a groom.
No, if he saw it coming, no.
But they had a row 3 days before.
Secretly not.
But why is he not talking to her 3 days before anyway?
He just thought she might. This is what I've been told from the singer.
Yeah. That she'd get over it.
Yeah, that she'll just turn up.
What a dick.
I thought she'd have turned up. It's not cheap there either.
Right. Yeah, but there you go. You pay for it. Doggy bag, it's all round.
Yeah, but I just don't think that would be.
Couples forgot first dance preparation. A little prep goes such a long way, and it's great fun.
Yes.
From Stephanie Taylor from the first wedding dance. It's obviously a supplier writing in.
I
Perfect.
can answer this.
Go on, Em.
I was at a wedding recently with a DJ called Lee Russell, and they're an amazing couple, but they hadn't really put a lot of effort into the first dance side
People
of
feel
things.
really awkward.
Well, they hadn't really thought just walk on, spin around a bit, and everyone go, "Wee," and then they would join the dance floor. No, Lee wanted to sort this out and give them a little. I think you gave him like a 5-minute tuition on a first dance.
Did you?
Yeah, just a little tip.
It was a quiet moment. They walked in. I think we had some music on maybe.
Was this on the wedding day?
Yeah, so there's a room turnaround at this venue. So
Okay.
there's
Like
always
20 minutes before their first dance.
Yeah.
But they come in, they spun around together, come apart, and
This is
made
a
it
little.
so much better.
And then when everyone came into the room, they were like, "Oh my God!" I just heard everyone going, "Your first dances are made!" Like literally, the bride and groom gone from here to, because like people don't always think about that. And
Is this worth doing anyway?
I kind of do. Yeah.
Do you? Yeah, but I know you do. But is this not worth
Not a secret anymore.
No, it's not. But it's
a top tip. So like literally when you get that room, just have a little bit of a practice.
I do try and do it at every wedding now. It's not always capable because everyone might be in the room and you might be embarrassed, or we can go to a little room. But I always say to people beforehand, because people like dress. They like, "Oh yeah, we've practiced our first dance," and then they get there and they go, "Oh my goodness."
Do those bustle loops up for your first dance, please.
Yeah, but
they're kicking the dress thing.
But they've never danced in a dress before.
Yeah.
And the groom's going, "I'll be all right," and I'm like,
the shoes are off. They're kicking the dress out.
Yeah.
No one's tied it up.
Yeah.
Because fellas
doesn't help
don't want to look stupid in front of their mates. Because it's an embarrassing moment. I'm going to sway for a little bit. But if you just put a little bit of effort into it, the photos, the videos, your guests, people talk about it.
Boys dance more now, don't they, than they ever did before.
Yeah, but in front of your mates, in front of your lads, in front of your geezers.
You've got to grow up.
Yeah, but it's
That's the day to do it.
Yeah, it is like...
Graduation day, is
it
it?
is,
What you got?
Yeah.
So I know the story anyway.
I've done them once.
And this is during the speeches when you've probably seen it during the speeches when like 20 guests come up and they come up and putting keys on the table.
Oh yes,
During the
yes.
speeches, and they're putting the keys back on the table, and they're returning.
Oh no, sorry, not at a wedding.
Yeah. When they say now's the day when they anyone's got a key for the bride's house, can you bring them back? And all the
guys get
get
it's a joke.
and then they go.
The girls, whatever.
Okay.
And then they go. Everyone's got one for the groom, and like the nan gets up and puts her key on the tent. That's the only one.
I've done it. I've been given a key.
Have
as the last
you?
one
I
in the car,
literally
put a
find
key
that
on
one
there.
so
I
funny.
love that.
I was even seeing the photographer. Yeah, there was that.
That was it. Oh, so it wasn't a joke.
No, this doesn't. This is just a story. I think.
go on.
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, it's proper banter. Literally,
It's quite funny.
I found it hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've
And
seen
the thing
it.
is, we see it all
I haven't
all
seen
the
it for a
time,
while,
but
but I
your
actually
guests don't.
find it hilarious. I literally,
Once he is all right.
yeah, like when you get.
When the internet first came along and people would go, I'll get my speech straight off the internet. There was only like 3 speeches on the internet,
Yeah,
wasn't there?
yeah.
We'd all see the same
It's-
speech.
yeah, it's boring.
So going on speeches for a photographer, how long should these speeches go on for?
5, 6, 7 minutes per person.
Per person.
Yeah.
Okay, that's generous.
I've seen 1 hour from a bride's dad before,
1 hour?
and he went round and round and round, saying the same thing.
No.
I think he paid for the wedding, so people let him talk a bit, and then gradually people just stood up and started clapping,
I'll get them off.
and he sat
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
But I've seen other speeches. I've seen speeches last year from children. Oh my God, they're good. They are
They're
so
emotional.
good. Yeah.
Literally, when the kids
Really
stand up
lovely.
now,
Sussex one, it was brilliant.
You are.
But I've seen speeches where they're talking about the people who are unable to be at the wedding due to whatever health. And sometimes, I was talking about with Lee, my cameras are quite big. And I can hide, because I can relate to so many things now.
Yeah.
I can hide behind my camera and
Yes.
shed a little tear because...
Does it get
certain
you?
moments
Yeah,
when they talk
sometimes,
about
yeah.
certain
Talking about
family members who
cancer
can't
or
be
whatever,
there,
you
but
think, oh, wow.
it touches you. I
How
get that
can
as well.
we remember people that are not with us?
Um,
In a way that it doesn't become a shrine.
I've seen those tables.
Yeah.
I think have those tables, but maybe not in the room that you're sitting down and eating.
Yeah.
Everyone else is with. You can tuck it away somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So I think the toast to absent friends, and they say the people's names. I
nice
think
thing
that's
to
a moment.
do.
I
Yeah.
do think when the shrine's there,
I think it's whatever they want to do.
It brings the mood down. I know we don't want to say it, but it does bring the mood
but
down.
whatever because some family, the family are everything to them, and their nan might have been like the biggest person in their life. So yeah, have a picture of them definitely.
Yeah.
But like,
I've seen places laid out for people
chair.
who aren't there.
Yeah.
No, and the food arrived for them as well.
No,
Yeah,
really?
and then it got taken away. And then what was a lovely shot was the granddaughter who thought she'd dive into the dessert for granddad. So that, for me, immediately I know what that is, and I'm watching, and she's cheeky on the day and watching. Then she dives in, and they found it hilarious. So we've got the shots.
Yeah,
obviously.
I love that.
So it creates other shots. So
For me,
whatever they want to do to celebrate
it's having
that person.
having a chair at the end of the aisle, and it's obviously quite American, but they bring a flower. So bridesmaids are carrying just one flower, and they all come in and lay it down on the chair.
it's so emotional.
And
It
it's
just brings
done.
even more emotion to
Yeah.
the day. Even just talk about it now, I can feel the emotions.
The biggest one for me is when, and I see it probably once a year, maybe once every couple of years, is when a bride, and there has been a bride so far always, who after her church ceremony will then go out the church, go to the grave of perhaps a granddad or whatever, and then lay a bouquet there, and then we'll go on, and that's an amazing shot.
It's a sign of respect.
It's,
isn't
it's
it?
so much emotion
It's a
though.
nod.
In one day, it is literally the emotions of a wedding.
Yeah.
We're
it's
just
for us.
suppliers, like literally. People are like, oh, you go home and you just go, no. You recap the whole day, and literally you are like, even like the bride now when they has their flowers. If family members can't be there on the flowers, they love to have a little photo in a little something.
That's quite nice.
That is a lovely little moment.
We do a little pocket, a memory pocket inside the dress, normally on the heart side, where they can either put a photo or a piece of jewellery or even a piece of from their wedding
we
dress.
wouldn't even know that's it.
Yeah, but that's it. It's a
they do.
personal thing. It's
Yeah.
that person is walking them up the aisle, and it's there on the heart side.
So not for their phone.
Yeah.
Like some brides.
I had a bride this year who said, it must be a month before, she goes, do you think it's possible to recreate my grandparents' pictures that were taken at the church that we're getting married at on the day?
Wow.
So I said, yeah, let's have a go. So she sent me through 3 pictures, I think. Because back in the day, it would be the Hasselblad where you're looking down the top like that, with 12 frames on there. So that's all you get, and you get a couple of backs or that, and that's it. And you walk away from that wedding with perhaps 24 frames or whatever. So I saw these lovely black and white images from the 50s at the church. So these churches don't change, and the gate's still the same, and the building's still the same. So I had them on my phone, and then after the wedding, we set the bride and groom up at the gate, did the same shot. We did a family shot by the gate. Then we went back to the church and we set up the bride and groom with the same corner of the church. So I did them all in black and white. And then all the guests that were behind in the original picture, there was an old lady with a bag, so we did that. We found a guy who looked like that guy there, facing that way. So we did the whole thing. I put so much effort in. It took 20 minutes to get this one shot, but it was brilliant.
People say photographers go above and beyond. That's you above and beyond.
So good.
Do you know what I mean?
But there's none of it online because I've more this year than any other year. I've got couples not wanting to show their pictures online. There's a few of those.
We had
that catches on.
One of our girls went to a wedding of a friend, and they had an unplugged ceremony, literally unplugged. There was not even a photographer.
That's a good
so
sign.
no photos whatsoever.
Okay.
Because I don't know why. I think they took a couple of themselves.
Some people don't. Some people. I get that as well. Like on my contract, it says about we will take videos and photos for our social media. We'll send them all to you. They're like, can we put nothing online? But most of them want it online because they want to show off their wedding. But I get when some couples, they're like, I don't like the way I look. I've had one bride this year, I done her wedding 2 years ago. Since her wedding day, she didn't like how she looked. She's now lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because she saw her photos, how she looked. Yeah. And she didn't like how she looked. Yeah. And I'm 4, 5 stars.
Can you change their photos? Do you edit them, airbrush them?
No. No, you are the way you are.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I've asked for hair so many times and he's never
Oh, we're going to do that. I will do that. He hasn't. We will.
Yeah, can you do that? I've seen you with hair.
I did have hair when I first
met you. Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, I did.
That's what Sharon does to you.
You can ask your question now.
There we go. Put that one back because I didn't read that one. I like this one. Bride 2024 here. I didn't ask that one. We've had 50 guests for our day, 80 for the evening. We catered for 100 to make sure they were fed enough, and only half turned up. So at the end of the wedding, we had so much food left over.
Oh wow, gosh.
Yeah, when people are more drunk than hungry.
Well, this is staggering.
But I think the food in the evening is important for choose that food correctly.
Yeah.
Like
picky food.
I don't
beige
think
food.
I don't think now people want to sit down and have like a
big dinner.
If there's a 3-course meal, just grab something they can grab. Like I think pizza trucks or pizza or bacon rolls or something along those lines. Yeah. Just grab and eat. Like grab and carry on.
People are then busy and they've made new friends and you know.
And you want your dance floor full, don't you? You want people to go off and.
Oh, people, can you turn the music down? We're about to go and have a buffet, and I'm like, oh, can you announce it? I'm like, I will announce it, but when I
get your Toastmaster to do
it. Yeah. Like when he's gone home. When you're ready, like when it doesn't need to be announced. There's food there. They know. I want to keep that party going. Just grab and eat. I always say, just remember, eating is cheating. On today's party, eating is cheating. If you're going to go and sit down and eat.
Yeah, but you need food to soak up the booze, or else you are going to lose people.
But that's why it's important. Grab a slice of pizza, carry on. A lot of venues now don't put a buffet down.
No.
There's a barn we do in. Down Worthing Way, and they're very good. They have pizza ovens, and literally there's no buffet table. They've got lovely young waitresses and waiters go round with trays of pizza, and as you're dancing on the dance floor, you got a slice of pizza, and people carry on.
In.
Literally,
so are we looking at doing like canapes sort of things?
But they're a slice of pizza. They're a big slice. Like they're that size. They're big, and they carry on eating. And
you're just topping people up with food.
Yeah, and there's not like a buffet station because they understand. That venue understands that it's about keeping everyone. If you get them to sit down, they're not drinking either. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you want them to keep drinking because then bar spend. It's always these little things you keeping the venues going.
Yeah. What you got?
I mean, this is just someone who's just. They want to let this go. Am I being unreasonable by saying to people, the people on the invite are who is invited? You know, I think probably there's some people that say, can I come to your wedding? There's that. If I was inviting someone else, they'd get an invite as well. This shit's not rocket science. Is what it says.
But we get that.
2 guests turned up the other day to the wedding who weren't invited.
I've had that.
They weren't invited.
I love it.
You?
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant drama.
Oh, really?
I had to sort it out because there was no chairs for them to sit in the ceremony.
So they've actually come to the ceremony.
So the groom invited 2 of his mates.
Yeah.
And the 2 mates were invited, 2 invitations.
Yeah.
So they basically turned up, and who did they bring?
Their girlfriends.
Their girlfriends at the time. Their girlfriends. Yeah, the wives, the girlfriends. Yeah. The girlfriends were invited in the evening.
Right. Was it?
So
Did he? Is that a groom fault though?
I think it's the boyfriends. Didn't have the balls to say basically
to the
what it was to the
same
girlfriends.
table places added in and a chair brought in.
So basically I had to then say, because there was no one in the venue there, I had to say to the 2 guests, we've got an issue. You weren't invited to the daytime. There's been a bit of a confusion. So can I take you two out? And I will basically take you to the restaurant and we'll sort food out there. The groom said, yeah, just whatever they want for food and stuff like that. We'll get them
you're
food.
on the back foot straight away.
So then this was just before the wedding was about to start.
You're fighting fire before you've even walked down the aisle.
Yeah, so this was like, so the groom didn't have to put, it was an amazing wedding and the groom got very drunk and the bride got very drunk and it's great, amazing. But there was that issue at the beginning we were there to sort out.
It's probably her right then. But I would not go to somewhere where I wasn't invited. I would be embarrassed.
The group shots happen afterwards. I've experienced that in London where we've done the group shots and those two uninvited-ish guests are put on the end of the group so we can print them and crop them off.
Okay.
Brilliant idea.
Good idea.
But a couple of years ago I was at a wedding.
So is it worth maybe the bride or groom having a little word where you're going, right, those two people are not invited?
Yeah,
get them on the end. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what
I've had one where the bride said, she's getting ready, she's sitting there in her chair for like 4 hours, wasn't she, beforehand, and she said, Simon, a quick word. They said, don't move your head. She's sitting there, she goes, under no circumstances do I want any pictures with the mother-in-law. So I can't be told that over the phone because I'm with the bride and groom on the phone. And she told me that on the day. So I was really careful. No, it's his mum. No.
Do you know what you
but
do?
when I met her, I just thought, I can see why.
But you do need, like, it's really, I do have sometimes secret phone calls with the bride before the wedding.
Absolutely, I get emails after a call.
Yeah, because they're like,
I'm ringing from the shed, right?
Yeah, I don't want this happening on the day. If she wants to dance with me, make sure she doesn't, because she'll come up and ask for this song or she'll ask for that. She does this every, and I'm like,
Catch-a-goo-goo.
Wait. Oh, I love catch-a-goo-goo. We have it. We have this in the boutique because we all get the mum and the sister and the aunt and that all ringing in, going, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And we're like, "No, I'm really sorry. I need permission."
Oh, 100%.
And they're very offended by it. They're like, "Well, I paid for it, blah blah blah," but it doesn't give you permission unless we got permission from the bride.
I'm the same with music when it's on the do not playlist. And the mother-in-law's come up and asked for this, and I'm like, just go and check with the bride. Well, I can. Best thing is when they say, I paid for half this wedding.
I paid for you, bitch.
You get that? And I go, I don't care. Go and ask her. She's like.
I've got to learn how to do that.
She's like my boss.
You've got to do it in a circle, though.
Oh,
I do say
I'll do it off camera.
When you're on your own in the car on the way back in your truck. Yeah, but yeah, so that's
right. Am I out of order here? We would like to provide a meal for our suppliers, but on a tight budget. The venue are charging £50 per person, even with discounts. We do have access to a fridge, so was thinking of doing some picking platters for them to share, which I can do the day before the venue. And my coordinator is saying we should not be doing this. It will upset them. I am paying a fortune for their services.
You'll get fewer images.
Why should we beat them? I pack lunch to work. Why can't they? Okay, this is a massive...
I'll let you do that one.
Yeah, I like food. And on the day, we'll need something. I can provide my own food. I'm grown up. I can do that. But it's just a nice thing to do. If I'm doing 12 or 14 hours with you,
this is the difference.
Probably some food.
There is a difference here. This is the difference. If you've got somebody there that is working for more than 6 to 8 hours, 100% you should be feeding.
Also, if I've got my own food, chances are I'm not going to have it hanging off me. Like, some folks do have a lot of stuff hanging off them.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'd have to go back to the car.
Yeah.
That's when Granny would be swinging from the chandelier.
Yeah.
Did you get that shot? No, because I was busy eating the food that I brought along in the car.
No,
it's so rare. I did actually have to go off once.
But you've had people turn up and they've been there for 4 hours only, and they've got to eat before they start.
Like
a band, yeah. I mean, you've worked with some bands recently, and we've chatted recently about certain bands and DJs. A bit. I must have this, and this before, and we're gonna have this, and this. Yeah. I'm very laid back, but like you just said, it's a nice thing to provide. You want a happy environment on the day, and we'll go above and beyond. Then you go above and beyond.
Why can't venues build this into their price?
Well, they probably do.
Because they do, but then they don't give it.
Correct.
Okay, so it's good for the venues to be doing this, because if they're looking after the suppliers, because you are advertising their businesses.
But a lot of venues now beforehand, they go, right, so your suppliers have got a £30 meal voucher, you've got a £45, and it's already organised beforehand. Yeah. So a lot of them
do chat about it. It's never really a surprise on the day. No. It's not. I was just going to tell you about 2 uninvited guests to a wedding, which is quite fun. Not that long ago, a couple of years ago, we noticed in the evening on the dance floor were a couple of drunkards just going ba-da-ba, totally in love, spinning around on the dance floor, man and a woman just having fun. I don't even know if they knew they were at a wedding, right? They were obviously staying in the hotel as well. And we were watching them and thought, this is funny. And they weren't drinking from the bar or anything like that. It was a free bar. And the bride and groom went, yeah, they're not friends of, are they friends of yours? No, they're not friends of anyone they knew. So the groom's parents went over to them and went, hi, so evening guests, wow. So how do you know, like Tom, wherever it was? And they were just going, uni? And they were just making things up. And us, like, knowing, I thought it was hilarious. But they were allowed to stay because they were quite fun. And they were just spinning around on the dance floor. Yeah. But I did have another one where...
I've had that for a guest
after the church, we'd have church ceremony. After the church, there's another wedding. We arrived, so I'm doing the driveway down to, it's all in my head, driveway down to where we're doing a group shot at the bride's parents' house 20 years ago. And I said, can we get a cheer for so-and-so, so-and-so? I think the bride's called Steph and so-and-so. And everyone went, "Way!" Did it a couple of times. Then two people at the back of the group of about 80 disappeared off up the drive, got in their car and drove off. And they were at the wrong wedding. They were on the wrong church wedding.
That was also me.
As a guest, I've turned up at a wrong wedding before. As a guest, I've turned up at the wrong. When I was in a hotel, when there's more than one wedding.
Professional.
No, not when I was working. Actually, as my mate.
I went to two weddings on one night that were the wrong weddings.
I've done that. Oh gosh, right.
And it was at a completely different location. That was Ola's part of the hotel. They had two weddings on the go.
Never heard of it.
And so,
that's good wedding.
And Ross was like, "Do you recognise the bride?" I went, "I don't recognise the bride. Must be the wedding." So we went into the next one, and I went, "I don't recognise her anyway." But by the time we left there, we were piddled because we got offered drinks as we went through.
Do you know it does happen? People turn out, they go, "Oh, I'm just gonna put my card in the box," and it says like some names that. Oh, that's not. Oh no, that. Oh. Oh no, it's not the right bride and groom. You see them disappearing out because some hotels they do. The years ago, they would have like 2 weddings going on.
Yeah, it still goes on now.
I mean, I've had 2 brides like near butt heads before because a bride is coming to her room. It's happened twice. Once in Windsor and once in Cobham at venues, and literally, they literally. It's been
made in heaven.
Well, it's nearly like
bride balls.
100%. The brides don't want to have anyone outshining their day.
The thing is, if you've got a venue that's got 2 weddings on the go, and it's 2 different types of weddings. One's like jazz bandy, and the other one is proper like hardcore pump music.
People want to come into that one.
One's got a free bar and one hasn't.
Yeah,
you've got trouble. Venues should not do it.
Yeah. I don't think you should have more than one venue.
Lots have tried it over the years, and we've seen it.
It still goes on.
You've got a wet day, and then the sun comes out, and both photographers for both those weddings will want that light, and you never want 2 brides to see each other.
Of course, they're sharing location.
100%.
We've had rain all day, but there's a little bit of, and you're both out, and then they do see each other. I said, that's good luck.
Final one. If 2026 Simon could give advice to 1996 Simon, what would he say? What's next?
Oh, nice.
What's next?
And so, what's next
for next year? I've been waiting to hear what's next for next year from him.
Yeah, I'm keeping quiet.
I've not been told.
So you want advice first?
Yes.
For me in my career, so 19. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I think just stick with it. Like I did, stick with it. I don't think there have been some odd decisions and bad decisions, but a hell of a lot of good ones. And I'm very, very, very privileged to have had my career across the 90s into these noughties.
Yeah, it's
a brilliant time for photography and living in the UK. It's very exciting. And music, we know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Just stick with it. It will be okay. It will.
Because there are highs and there are lows.
That's part of business. Yeah. And you've got to have these stories.
Yeah.
I think, I was thinking about it on the way here.
Sharing your stories as well.
Imagine getting to 80 and not having any stories, to tell.
100%.
Yeah. I was out walking yesterday.
I've got too many stories.
I was out walking yesterday and I met an old guy. He couldn't stop talking to me. Yeah. He had loads of stories. I thought, that's because you've done stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really important.
Making memories.
Exactly.
And what's next? What's next?
Sorry about that.
No. We're out of time. No. What's next? Go on. Let's go on.
All I would say is stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm going to collaborate with a lot of people next year and make stuff happen.
I know.
Big thing. You're part of it.
Oh, good. That's all right then.
On that note, into this camera, where can everybody find you?
So beunveiled.co.uk, Be Unveiled Weds on Instagram.
Or Simon Pope.
You can Google Simon Pope, that comes up as well. I shoot about 30 weddings a year and have a lot of fun.
I actually put into ChatGPT this morning, find me the best photographer in Surrey.
The world. Didn't put the world.
Didn't put the world, no.
She's
That's another thing.
And Simon Pope came up.
I'm not the best. But I am reliable as hell, and I
Yes.
have immense experience. But yeah, I'm not the best.
And your work is
But
phenomenal.
I know some guys. I look at the work. I think I just don't know how you do it. They've been around 15 years, and their work is so brilliant. I don't know how they do it, but I am experienced.
Very experienced, and you will turn up.
I have a lot of fun.
And your work is good.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Right, where can we find you?
Instagram, Facebook, LR Disco Entertainment, DJ Lee on Instagram.
In the house.
Yeah. What was that? What is that?
Imagine doing that to your records.
I know, yeah. They're in the loft, they're in the loft mate. She ain't going to do that.
Thank you so much for coming back week after week. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Please put a comment in the comment boxes. And if you want a wedding dress, come to Love Me Do Brides. And we'll see you all again next week. Bye.
Take care, bye.
That's brilliant.
What is this?
I was wiping down my surfaces this morning.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I know, 'cause this is going to be an outtake too. You do realise that.